Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Drinkwater, and I'm with the Mobility Group for Interloc Solutions. Today, I'm going to talk about operator rounds using the Maximo Inspections Work Center's capabilities plus Mobile Informer. It's a way to very quickly and easily deploy a method of doing operator rounds within your organization. No customization needed. You could easily be doing your first round within a few days. It's that easy. Inspections have been around in Maximo for a little while now, 7609, and they first became viable. And adding Mobile Informer to that mix now enables you to take those offline. So instead of relying on a network connection always being present for the work center, you can do those inspections in a fully disconnected environment. We're just going to talk about rounds today using these inspections. If you haven't seen it yet, I have a video for Maximo inspections with Mobile Informer. It's mostly about Maximo inspections going all the way through the work centers, how it integrates with Maximo, and then finally a short piece on mobilizing it using Informer. But again, today, operator rounds is our focus. So the Maximo components for this you already have. It's just base Maximo, meters, assets or locations. Condition monitoring, it's optional. For the full experience, the full capability, condition monitoring is recommended. I'll show that today. Work orders, PMs, again, optional, but I'm going to show it today at both ends of the scenario. We're going to use routes to create the rounds. Job plans are in the mix, and then the Maximo inspection work centers. On the mobile side, you would need the Mobile Informer platform, which is a Maximo application. It's a Maximo add-on, installs inside of Maximo, administered and controlled there with really powerful communication to provide the offline capability. You'll need your mobile device. I'll be showing today on an iPhone, but it could be just about any mobile device. And then the Mobile Informer app itself. I'll be showing it in the standalone inspections app. You will soon be able to use it fully integrated with our work management app as well. So for the demo, on the Maximo side, we'll take a look at condition monitoring very briefly, the PM side of things, routes, the work order itself, and a quick look at the inspection work center so you can see how I set up this particular inspection. On the app side, we'll take a look at how it's carried by a work order. You'll see the inspections in the route. We'll take some readings. It'll be gauging continuous. Complete that work order. Look at ways of doing follow-ups for it. And then we'll go back to Maximo and have a look at how the meter-based PM is set up, and then the condition-based work order as well. So I'm going to change my share. Just bear with me. So now we're looking at my Maximo demo instance, 7611, logged in as Wilson. And we're going to start in condition monitoring. So I have a number of condition monitoring points set up, and we're just going to be looking at the ones for the outlet pressure on 4 assets, which happen to be centrifugal pumps. So I'll take a look at one of those. And it's just basic, it's a gauge type meter on this pump. The meter is O-pressure. It's one of the standard ones inside of Maximo in the demo data. And I've set up some upper and lower limits. We're focusing on the action limits today. So the upper limit will be 5,500 PSI and a lower limit of 3,200. And then if either of those are reached when I enter a reading, a work order will be created using a job plan for job plan outlet pressure, investigate low or high outlet pressure. So the PM, I have a PM that starts all this off, a centrifugal pump round, 1026, and it is going to create a waiting approval work order, assign it to Wilson, and it's going to be based on the route C pump. So if we take a look at that route, Routes, as you probably know, can be child work orders, entries in the multi-asset table, which is what we've done here, or work order tasks. I say multi-asset, it's also obviously location. And these can be mixed and matched. So your round could be a mixture of locations and assets of all different types. And for each one of those route stops, we apply an inspection form. And again, that doesn't have to be the same form. You could have a different form for each one of these. It would be entirely up to you. So I'm going to go back to my PM and generate a work order. So 1371 has been generated. Before we go and look at that, let's take a look at the Maximo Inspection Work Center. So I'll go to the Manage Inspection Forms Work Center. Just takes a moment to load. Here's a selection of forms that I've created, and we're interested in pump inspection round number 1015. So I will open this, and I can see that it's on its 4th revision. And so that we can have a look at it more closely, I need to create another revision. So I have a single question in here called readings. But if I open it, you'll see it has a number of read points, a number of stops within it. The first one is to take the run hours off a meter on the asset, and the other one is to record the outlet pressure. I could also add observations on here, text-based observations, or yes, no, pass, fail, good, bad, okay, not okay selections. But in this case, we're just doing a couple of meter readings. So I will save that and go back to my form library, my work orders, and there's the inspection we've created, waiting approval. I just need to switch my share now because we're going to take a look at how that looks in the mobile app. So I've expanded the share, and you should see Maximo on the left now and my iPhone on the right. Now there's no inspections there, and you'll see that the status in Maximo is still waiting for approval. So I will approve this work order, and as soon as I approve it, Maximo notifies Mobile Informer platform to tell me that there is a work order, and my device will fetch it. The length of time that takes varies on the settings you have, your the capability of the network, and so on. In this case, I'm using a virtual machine, so as you can see, it's very, very fast. So there's my inspection on my mobile device. It's a single work order which has a route with 4 stops on it, all of which are carrying the same form. So I will start my inspection, and I can see right away at the top, I can see my asset, I can see my location, and then I can go down to my readings. If this was a long inspection with a lot of stops, a lot of readings, I can have a look at some navigation points as well, but this is just one question, so that doesn't come into play. So if I enter my run hours, 4750 it says was the last one. I actually want to go 100 more than that, or at least 100 more. So I'm going to enter 4860. Take a look at my outlet pressure, and I'm going to enter a good pressure that I'm happy with. Check it. It says here that I'm done, so I can complete it. And it's also given me the option to create a work order. So that's not associated with the readings I've entered. It's just because I've done the inspection. It says, is there anything you want to create a work order for? May or may not be related to what I've done. I may have seen another asset that has a problem I want to create a work order for. So I can do that quickly from here. And that's been queued for completion. And then that particular inspection is saved. And in fact, the information will have already gone to Maximo. I can do the second one. And I'm going to enter fewer than 100 extra hours. 100 is our trigger for a meter-based PM to fire. Outlet pressure, I'm going to put low pressure in here, below the tolerance of 3200. And you can see in this case, I'm not getting any feedback from those. I'm just taking the readings. The information is going to Maximo, and then Maximo will handle whatever needs to happen. Another one with fewer than 100 hours added, and an outlet pressure, again, of 6,000. So we're above the top limit on this one. And then there's a final stop. This one's been running longer than the 100. And I'll enter a good pressure reading of 4,500. Complete. So that's my round completed. So each of the stops marked complete, and then the work order in its entirety, I can mark as complete, and it will disappear then from my device. And we can see that that particular one has disappeared from Maximo as well. But what we also see here is that those work orders have been created. So we have already 2 instances where the pressure was high or low, and 2 instances where the hours triggered a PM based on meter readings to fire. And in fact, if I take a look here, I've also added that demo work order I've created. So already as a result of that round, in Maximo, I've got 5 new work orders. There could be notifications or escalations. You know, the pressures were particularly low or high on those 2, so you may want those to be reacted to much more quickly. Somebody can deal with those. So let's take a look now at how that came about for the PM. And here it is. It's a run hours based frequency of every 100. So this next one here, in 50 hours, will create that work order right here. And then the other one was condition monitoring, created a work order with a specific job plan attached. Here it is. So investigate high-low pressure was the job plan, and I set it to lead Wilson just to make sure I can easily find it. So that's how those 2 are created. So that's the end of the actual demonstration. So let me go back. So we saw the demonstration. So why Mobile Informer? Well, the Mobile Informer platform is pretty darn good, to be honest. We take Maximo inspections 100% offline. You never have to worry about synchronizing or uploading. Everything just happens in the background. You log in, your inspections appear, they're available offline, but you don't have to take any action. You just step outside, lose the connection, it carries on, it picks up the connection, and in the background, slowly, quietly, makes all the changes. We've been doing this for over 10 years, not inspections, they're new, but Mobile Informer for work orders, for inventory, for service requests, for meters, we've been doing it for over 10 years, and the product has gradually improved throughout that time. It's constantly being improved. It's a part of Maximo. Unlike other mobile vendors, there's no extra server to implement, no new skills to learn how to administer it. If you know Maximo, you know how to do Mobile Informer. We're not using RMI, so there's no security risks there, and we're not a WebSphere application. It's just a native part of Maximo. We're using the MIF to communicate, but that's not to say it's OSLC or anything like that. It's a custom integration that is fast and powerful. Our apps are native to the device as well, so no hybrid, no compromise. You can have us change the UI, or you can do your own development to change the UI how you want it to be. So we've got full access to the device operating system, full access to everything in Maximo that we want to get to. And we have an offline first principle. I said that it's 100% offline. We just assume that everybody is going to go offline at some point, and they don't want to have to deal with it when it happens. So that's how we work. The inspections application, ready to go off the shelf. You already have Maximo inspections as long as you're on 7609 or later. You already have meters, routes, work orders, PMs, job plans, condition monitoring. There's no customization needed to start doing your operator rounds right now using these tools. If you just want basic rounds, you could be up and running within a day. If you want to add condition monitoring to some, and you have more to do in your data, it might take a bit longer, but that's the bulk of the effort, is setting up your round in Maximo. There's no coding to be done, no development. It's really easy. And that it extends to all of your Maximo inspections, not just your operator rounds. You can take your standard maintenance inspections, your audits, your condition assessments, all using Maximo inspections, mobile and offline. So that's it. Thank you very much for viewing the video. If you have any questions, speak to your account manager within Interloc, or reach out to me, and we'll take care of you. Thank you very much.